tests, which get you up to speed with Sentient Trader really, really fast. But I realized that doing with the real-time testing of the basic concepts was something that might prove to be useful in terms of showing people how Sentient Trader worked. Because what I was doing was I was running several systems that were testing 24 hours a day, 5 days a week, mostly on servers based in the cloud, and they were crunching lots of numbers and producing charts. And I developed all sorts of ways of monitoring them and looking at them and so on. And so we thought that it would be a really interesting idea to set up something that people could use to look at, and we could show it to them online, and we could provide some information about this is how Sentient Trader works, and if you're sitting at home, this is what you would be doing. You would have 6 workspaces if you're going all the way down to the 1-minute chart. And your 1-minute chart would be generating trading information and so on. So we realized here was a perfect online demonstration of the intraday version of Sentient Trader, and so that's where the idea for the live analysis system started. So of course, I set up a special workspace for the live analysis system, and I'm going to be showing you all the details about that workspace. I cannot tell you how many emails we've received from people saying, can you tell me what matrix the live analysis system is working with? I'm going to show you the matrix today. I'm going to show you the trading settings. I'm going to show you everything. The live analysis system is simply a workspace. Working, in fact, the live analysis system does not operate on the cloud. It operates on a computer in our offices here in Italy. Okay, we've kept our cloud instances for a whole lot of other things that we're doing, and the live analysis system operates on a computer here in my office. In fact, I can look from where I am, and I can see that computer struggling manfully away with the live analysis system. It is just a sort of an aside. It is actually a below-spec computer. It's a Dell computer that I bought way back in 2005. It doesn't meet the minimum specifications for running Sentient Trader. But it was lying around in our offices, and I thought, well, let's just see if Sentient Trader will work on it. And Sentient Trader did work on it. So we have a computer which is ironically below spec, but it has been analyzing and hypothetically trading the euro to US dollar for ever since late March. We started doing it. We only went public in May, but since late March. So it's been doing it for almost 8 months. And so there you go. One shouldn't always take the specs too seriously, I suppose. No, I didn't really say that. So I've shown you 2 charts. Okay, there's the daily chart, there's the 4-hour chart. The 4-hour chart inherits information from the daily chart, and then of course there is the hourly chart, which, as you can see up at the top left of the chart, the phasing is inherited from the 4-hour chart, and here you can see the analysis that the Sentient Trader is producing. Just a few points about these charts. Up at the top left there, you will see in orange. I don't know if you probably can't see it clearly on this webinar broadcast, but you should be able to see it when you tune into the live analysis system yourself. You can see there it tells you last, which is the last price, which is now 1.33902, and in brackets there's a time. That time is the time stamp of the last piece of data that was received from MetaTrader. The live analysis system receives data from a free demo MetaTrader account. Okay, and there are lots of people who say, you know, what's the secret to your live analysis system? How does it get such reliable data? It uses a demo MetaTrader account. There's no great secret to it. It's not a high-powered direct forex feed from the server. Anyway, it's simply a MetaTrader demo account, and Sentient Trader receives that MetaTrader account coming in live. Occasionally, MetaTrader does experience some problems, and when I get to talking about some of the issues about the live analysis system, I'm going to talk about that and how we deal with that. And there's some things you should be aware of. All right, then you also see in that orange line it says analysis, and here it says 2:02 p.m. All right, that means that the last analysis, or the analysis that you're seeing on this chart, was generated at 2 minutes past 2 this afternoon, which was 2 minutes after I started this webinar. Okay. The chart is analyzed by Sentient Trader. And then we have a proprietary piece of software that uploads the chart image to our server, and generally the chart gets there 3-4 seconds after the analysis has been completed. As a matter of interest, the hourly chart, as you can see, the analysis there is 2:02 p.m. Why is it 2 minutes past the hour? Does that mean it spent 2 minutes analyzing the hourly chart? No, it doesn't. Sentient Trader intraday controls the analysis of all of the charts, and when an hour ticks over, there are several charts to be analyzed. There's the 1 minute chart, the 5 minute chart, the 15-minute chart, and the hourly chart, all 4 of which have to be analyzed. And the most important is, of course, the 1 minute chart. So Sentient Trader analyzes the 1 minute chart first and uploads it to our server for the live analysis system. Then it analyzes the 5 minute chart, then the 15-minute chart, so on and so forth, which means that the hourly chart was the 4th chart to be uploaded. Now, what you cannot see is the efficiency of the chart. Sentient Trader constantly monitors the bottom right to present you with an efficiency figure. Our live analysis system operates constantly at an efficiency that is well over 80%. Usually it's in the high 90s. It's a very efficient chart, and the average analysis time for each of the charts is about 11 to 15 seconds. And so, as you can see, this hourly chart was the 4th chart to be analyzed. So each chart probably took about 15 seconds, or somewhere a little bit over 15 seconds to be analyzed. Okay, the next chart, of course, is the 15-minute chart, which was inherited from the hourly chart. If anybody has any questions at any point, today's Trader Chat is a fairly informal thing. I'm just going to sort of waffle on until somebody asks me a question. The 15-minute chart was, of course, inherited from the Euro-US dollar, the hourly chart. You can see that the last piece of data received was at 2:16 and 40 seconds, and the last analysis was performed at 2:17. Okay, 20 seconds later. And of course, it was uploaded straight after that. The next chart was is the 5-minute chart that was uploaded at 2:20 p.m., which is about 2 minutes ago, according to my clock. And so the 5-minute chart was inherited from the 15-minute chart. And finally, I see there's a question. I'm going to get to it in a moment. Finally, there is the most exciting chart of all of them, which is the 1-minute chart, which means each one of these bars is 1 minute. That was uploaded at 2:20 p.m. At least the analysis was completed at 2:20 p.m. and the last piece of data was at 2:20 and 25 seconds. And there's a lot of trading information, and there are various other things on that chart, which I'll come back to. Let me take a look at that question. Right. If I open an account with Interactive Broker in Canada, can I use your software with their data, or must I subscribe from MetaTrader? Okay, I see. Paul has answered that. There we go. Nathan, you can use Interactive Broker. Sentient Trader does receive data, live data from Interactive Broker. I've got to tell you, Interactive Broker are not very supportive in terms of allowing third-party applications to receive data from them. They allow a maximum of 1 year's worth of data, and they constantly produce what are called server sort of overload type errors, where they don't want to provide you with data because you're making too many requests. They're protecting their servers, which is understandable, of course, but it can be a little bit frustrating. And Sentient Trader, if you're working intraday, you've got to start with the daily picture, which means much more than 1 year's worth of data. So you cannot take your daily chart from interactive brokers. You have to find another source for your daily chart. It's not impossible. You can mix your data sources, so you could take your daily chart from somewhere else, but it is a little bit of a headache. So just a sort of a heads up on that. Right. So let's go back to what all of our charts are saying, just as a matter of interest, and you can see how Sentient Trader intraday works. On the daily chart, as you can see, Sentient Trader, the live analysis workspace, has confirmed the 18-month trough in the beginning of October. And the market is now coming down, and Sentient Trader, according to the daily chart, is saying that it is expecting a 40-day cycle trough to occur pretty much now, or it is actually overdue. If we then step down one chart, we look at the 4-hour chart, you can see the same 18-month cycle over there. And as you can see, there is the 40-month. And let me turn on my whiteboard. I can draw circles and things, which is lots of fun. I've got to press 3 buttons in the right sequence. There we go. So there's the 18-month cycle trough over there on the 4th of October, of course. And Sentient Trader expected the 40-day cycle to occur somewhere over here. Now, I'd like to point something out to you, and that is that the live analysis system operates completely automatically. We keep an eye on it. We keep a fairly close eye on it, and if the analysis, if there are issues that we believe need addressing, then we do. But generally, the analysis performed on the live analysis system is completely automatic. Okay, Sentient Trader performs 1,440 analyses on the 1-minute chart, and you know, obviously analyses and all the other charts every single day, 24 hours a day, and it has been doing this for 8 months. All right. So we don't sit there and monitor it. We have monitoring systems in place in terms of alerting us when there are breaks in the data feed. If the data feed collapses on us, or if anything else goes wrong, then we have alerts and we can address those problems. But we don't sit here and analyze the analysis. So the analysis that you see in the live analysis system is not necessarily the analysis that I believe is happening in the market. Okay, I'd just like to point that out. It is the completely default automatic analysis. A lot of people say to us, what expert models are you using in your live analysis system to make the analysis good? It might surprise you, we are not using any expert models in the live analysis system, and we have not for the past 8 months. Okay, for the past 8 months, the analysis that has produced all the trades that the live analysis system has produced